students. As we have already started the chapter of management in the last class, and we have already discussed the meaning of management with different perspectives. We have already discussed management as in discipline, management as an activity management, and we have also discussed 5 M's of management, that is men, money, material, machines, and methods. And we have also discussed management as a group, management as a process, management as in a modern concept. Today we are going to discuss a new topic in this chapter, that is nature of management. Now, nature of management is basically classified in 3 categories. First one, management as a science, then management as an art, and management as a profession. So basically, management as a science, management as an art, and management as a profession. So nature of management is divided into 3 categories: as a science, as an art, and as a profession. We treat management, we applied scientific principles on management. Like in science, we have proper scientific rules and regulations and principles. Same thing we applied in management also. For management, there are certain principles which we have to live out. There is systematic body of knowledge which we need to apply in this management. Management is an art. Now, what art is? Art is creativity, a skill. So management requires creativity as well as skill. Every person use his creativity and skill so that they can do best, they can give best, or they can as they have to follow the principles, they have to follow the rules, but it depends on them how creativity they are doing, how skillful they are, so that they are managing everything properly. Then management as a profession is something professional. Like doctor is as a doctor, doctors have their own profession, they have their professionalism. Chartered accountants have their professional. Same thing, management needs a profession, is a profession. So nobody, not a simple man, cannot simply get up and say, okay, I'll be a manager. No, for that you need a professional degree and you need to be a professional person in that. So this is what we are going to discuss today, one by one. First, we are going to discuss management as an art. Now, whenever you heard the word art, what clicks in your mind? Creativity, skills, right? So art is the experience and personal utilization of the subsisting information to accomplish solicited outcome. Basically, art is the experience and personal utilization, means personal skills. Though if you want to, if you are an artist, or if you need to be, you need to practice, and you need, there is your personal skills. Now, if for example, if two siblings are there, they can't be equal, they can't be equally skillful. So basically, their skills, the creativity individual has to perform. It can be procured via education. You can be artist, you can become an artist by getting an education, by practice. Basically, in an art, if you want to be an artist and if you are an artist, you need to focus on practice. Many people get the education of an artist. Like if you take the example of dancer, many people join the group of dancing, join the school of dancing, but only few become a good dancers. Why? Because they focus, they have that creativity, and they focus and they practice. That is what management requires. Management requires skills and practice. As art is involved with the personal utilization of data, some kind of inventiveness means your skills and creativity is needed to follow the fundamental system acquired. So they are telling, as an art requires what? Your creativeness and your inventiveness. Inventiveness means your own skills and your own new invention to follow the fundamental systems. Let us discuss the characteristics of art in and management. First, the presence of theoretical knowledge. Art requires theoretical knowledge, so as management also requires theoretical knowledge. Art assumes the presence of specific academic knowledge. Specialists in these particular fields have obtained specific elementary postulates which are appropriate to specific sort of art. For example, the literature. So basically, in a management also you need what? Like in art, you need a theoretical knowledge. Same thing in management also, you require what? A theoretical knowledge, a systematic knowledge, and you apply that systematic knowledge or theoretical knowledge on that to become a good artist. Then personalized application. Personal skill and creativity differs from person to person and it requires in art. Hence, in a management, you require personalized skills. You need to show your skill, you need to show your creativity. If you want to be a good manager, if you want to be a good in management, you need to show your creativity, you need to be skillful, you need to be creative. As everybody has to follow, has to apply the principles, but it depends how properly you are applying that principles and how well you are using that principles under different situation. That is what is the creativity. For example, if some panic situation occurs in the management, how you are going to deal with that situation, though you are applying all the principles, but such kind of situations need creativity, your skills. So this is what, that is why management is also compared within art, is also known as an art. Then based on custom and creativity, the last one is, as every creativity custom, art is practical. Art includes the creative practice of subsisting intellectual knowledge. We know that music is based on seven notes. However, what makes the style of musician different or distinctive is his performance. Now I want to add one thing in this point is practice. Okay, now art is a practical thing. You can't what you can say, you can't mug up the art. You need to be very skillful, you need to be creative in that. As they have told that, if we talk about music have seven notes. A person who is playing guitar, they know that they have seven notes, but it depends, everybody know this thing, that yes, playing on guitar they are used to follow some chords and thing like chord A, B, C, and all. Everybody know this thing, but it depends on every musician how they are following that chord, how they are using their creativity to play that chords. This is what creativity. And to be a good artist, to be a good manager, to be a good in management, what you need practice as well. Practice is the main component of an artist. If we talk about dancer, if we talk about singers, if they'll not practice, what will happen? I don't think they'll able to perform well. Same thing with manager. Their practice, their experience enhance their creativity. So every artist needs regular practice. With experience, managers also improve their managerial skills and efficiency. They enhance themselves, they enhance their creativity and skills when they practice. The experience make managers more creative, more skillful. So that's why management is also treated as art. Like, art management is having all the characteristics of art. As management needs knowledge, art needs knowledge, management also need knowledge of education, proper education to be needed, personal application, personal skills to be required. You need to show your skill, you need to show, you need to put your own personalized uh, creativity in that management. You need to show your what we can say, you need to show your you need to practice, you need to show your creativity, you need to skills, show your skills. Everybody knows the principle of management, but it depends on how you are living that principles on management. So, and another component of management is management needs practice. If you want to be a good manager, you need experience makes a manager more efficient, and it helps, experience helps to improve the skills of a manager. Now we'll discuss management as a profession. Now management as a profession. Now what is profession? First of all, you need to know what profession is. Profession is your occupation. Profession is your occupation, or the particular knowledge you are having, the particular education you are having, for what thing you are having in education. For example, a maths teacher. Why the teacher is called a maths teacher? Because the teacher is having a degree in maths. Okay. Why the person so and so is called a doctor? Why that person is doing surgery? Why that person is just sitting in just a doctor of ENT? Why they are specifically they have doing so? Because they are having degree of that, they have chosen that profession. Same thing in management is also a profession. You need to have proper degree, proper education of that profession. The well defined theory of knowledge, all services are based. What professional used to do, they used to give their services, right? Doctor give the service, lawyer give the service, teacher give their service. They are professionals, they give their services. Same thing, managers also give their service in management. In the organization, managers also give their service, and their service requires what? Their service requires proper knowledge. They should have proper education of what services they are giving. If doctor is giving service of treatment, the doctor should have a degree of that thing. If a teacher is teaching you English or maths, the teacher should have a degree of the English and maths. So this is what their knowledge, what is their education they are having, that form of education. Restricted entry, nobody can simply get up and say, okay, I'm a manager or I'm a doctor. No, they need proper professionalism. They need to take a degree from proper educational institution. If you want to do a surgery, if a person wants to do surgery, simply cannot take a knife, okay, I'm going and I'm going to do a surgery of that person. No, what they need proper degree of that they have done MS or something. And after that also they need a certificate of some association, like medical association, they have given the license to doctors, then only they can perform their professionalism. Chartered accountants, they can't simply audit. A person cannot simply go to the office and say, okay, I'm going to audit your accounts. No, nobody can do so. They need proper degree for that. This is what they are explaining. The entrance to a profession is defined through an examination. How they are going to get the degree? By passing some examination, by evaluating their performance. For example, to become a chartered accountant in India, aspirant has to clear detailed examination. If you want to become a chartered accountant in your country, you need to pass certain exams, you need to clear certain examination, and then you'll get a degree, and then you will perform that profession. So this is restricted entry. The person who has written the exams, who has qualified the exam, then only they can get this degree. So that's why they are known as restricted entry. Same thing with management. A person has to qualify certain, they have to acquire some knowledge, some education, then only they can be a manager. Nowadays company employ the person who is having a degree of MBA. Companies needed the degree of MBA to be a professional for management. So a person who has a degree of MBA, they are going to get a preference in companies. So this is what the professions. Professional community. Now professional community or professional association is, if you have done, if you have acquired the degree of any profession, if you have uh, passed the examination, you need, after doing so, you need a license, kind of, you need a license to become a, to perform that profession. Like ICAI, after clearing the CA exam, you need to take a membership of ICAI. After clearing MBBS and MS, you need to take a license from medical association. After clearing LLB, you need to take a membership of bar council. So this is what requires to be a professional. In management, various associations are there. Some associations at national level, some association in international levels. You need to get membership from that association, then you can be part of management, then you can perform this professional this management profession. Though in our country that is not compulsory to have, the managers does not need compulsory need to have membership of these association, but nowadays companies are focusing on that. To be a manager, to be a part of management, you need to have membership of these associations. Then before I'll start management as science, I want to just sum up the management as a profession. So strictly speaking, management may not be regarded as a unique and distinct profession, but as time passes, now company needs a proper educated and proper professional in management. Simply a person who doesn't have a degree, who doesn't have knowledge, cannot become a manager. So that is why this is treated as a managed profession, because management requires a professional person as the manager. So this is what, that is why management is treated as a profession. Then the last one is management as a science. Now, whenever you heard the word science, what, though you are not studying science from 10th standard, but still till 10th standard you have studied science, and whenever you heard about science, what clicks in your mind? Newton, laws, principles, scientific knowledge, researches. So basically, a fixed knowledge, or you can say a systematic body of knowledge. Science is known as systematic body of knowledge. Science is an organized collection of knowledge that emphasize definite universal truth. Now whatever science proves, it's universal accepted, like law of Newton, law of gravity. It's universal accepted principle. You can't say, okay, in India law of gravity is different, Newton law is different in India, in Canada Newton law is different, and in USA Newton law is different. No, it's not like that. Scientifically, if they've proven something, it is universally accepted. This is what science says. So the same thing with management. Management also have scientific knowledge. Management is also based on principles and concepts, which is not invented within one day. From last many years, people are working on that, and then they finalize these principles, and then they form these principles, and now management is dependent on these principles. Then it is universal validity means all the principles of management has observed and has universally accepted, like science, scientific rules, scientific conventions, scientific researches is universal accepted. Same thing management principles are tested and verified, and they are universally valid. First they tested, they verified it, then they universally valid. The last is system based on experimentation. Now they doesn't the person who are framing principles, or the people, or the economist, or the what you can say, the researchers who are working on these principles, they have not got a dream of these principles and then they write the principles and they frame the principle. No, they have done experiments, they have done observations, then they formed these principles. So this is why system based on experimentation. Scientific conventions are originally formed, they have researched on that, then they have tested by repeated trial, then they finalize these principles. Like in science also, what they do various experiments, they do various many researches on that, then they finalize the scientific thing. Same thing with management principles. They have done research, they have done tested, they have done repeated trial, then they regulated the situation. Now that's all for today. I hope you understood the point. Again, I am repeating, nature of management as in science, management as an art, management as a profession, management as an art. You need creativity, you need your skill, you need to practice to become a you need to improve your by practice. Managers improve their skills, they enhance their creativity. As a profession, you need to be a professionalist, you need to show your professionalism, you need to be a professional to be a manager, to be a part of management. Nobody can simply become a manager, you need to professional degree. Science, you need proper scientific rules are there, scientific knowledge is there, researches were there. After that, this form these principles. Like we have principles in science, and these principles are universally accepted. That's all for today. I hope you understood the point. If you don't understood, you can ask. Thank you and stay safe.